engineering projects as we can. That's something that would concern me if we ended up with, 50K matching and not a list of great projects to distribute that to.
Yeah,
So maybe
I
we
guess.
could put down all your concerns, and then we could see if we want to sort of divvy up that work
Yeah.
or find solutions.
I guess my main concern is with communications, and that's both sort of external communications, like just having. I don't think we have the playbook that Gideon made, but I don't think there's anyone sort of leading that playbook and making sure it gets executed. That we have everything on the calendar, that we have everything prepared, and yeah, communications. Part of that is has to do with Twitter, tweets, threads, activities, etc. And the other part has to do with internal communications, like just reaching out directly to projects and all that. I've done so for the projects that are closer to us, or emails to projects that were in past rounds. But yeah, now that we have doubled the money, I think we should um, sit down and just work more on finding more projects, or um, yeah, just finding more projects, reaching out to more people, making sure they apply, holding their hands, things like that. That's pretty much my main concern.
Okay. I'm actually trying to take notes in our agenda, but I don't seem to have permission to write to it.
Don't you?
Uh, I don't see. No, I can comment. Sorry.
That's weird. You should have. Um, if you can, well, I can look into that in a second. Hold on. For now, let me just. Well, yeah, I'll look at your permissions in a second. Um, the next
So
point,
comms is it?
yeah,
So comms is how do we solve that? What's our plan? Do we have a plan?
I'm just going to start
yeah,
screen sharing here too, because I see this playbook and this is really handy. So I'm just going to screen share through this, because a lot of the things you are starting to address, Isaac, are in here. So I'm just going to screen share while you're going, and I'm going to share the link to this, the round run book, if that's okay.
cool, thanks. Um, to address the issues, I guess first, of course, we can divide more work, or the work. Second, I was chatting with Bear yesterday, and this was sort of like a very late decision, but we, at least for this week, at least till Gideon comes back, I asked Ephra to help us a bit, uh, and that's the last point. So I won't really get into that right now. Um, so yeah, um, let's talk about that in a second when we get to Ephra, and see what things to divide. Um, the next point is the grants handbook. Yeah, pretty much. I cleaned this up a bit. I wanted to share this for the sake of just for people to see and to reference. It has three main documents, which is the round operator playbook, the round marketing playbook. Um, the operator was done between me and Tam. The marketing was Gideon's, and the application form, which is what we use, what we ask projects to fill when they apply to the round. And then there's some complementary information with resources from Gitcoin. These are just links to actual Gitcoin documents um, that I find very helpful. Like the marketing partner marketing runbook has templates and the very cool stuff branded with Gitcoin that we may want to use. Um, so that's that. A very quick update, I guess. Then the other thing is here with following up with Gitcoin. Because we migrated from Optimism to Arbitrum, um, Gitcoin offered to um, move the projects from Optimism to Arbitrum. There seems to be a way to do that without having to ask projects to reapply. And so we need to follow up with that. I'll probably send a message later, but on the group we have. But it would be great if any of the folks here in the group, especially the ones that have access to the manager, I think both Bear and Nate have, if they can follow up with Meg and make sure she has any information that she needs to help us move that. And also, in line with that, there's office hours for round operators starting tomorrow at 7 p.m. UTC. Um, I'm not entirely sure I'll be able to make it. So if anyone wants to hop in, please let me know so I can share an email for the calendar invite, and maybe this is the place to ask and follow up for the migration. Um, yeah, let me stop here for a second.
Isaac, to clarify, are you talking about the migration from chains for the grant round from Optimism to Arbitrum?
Yeah, yeah,
And so someone needs to follow up with Meg on that?
yeah. I don't know how, but there seems to be a way to sort of migrate projects from one round to another. And she said she would be happy to help us, but she hasn't
Okay,
done
so
much yet.
it's booking. Should we book a slot with her, or uh, or just communicate over text? Do you think like a calendar block, or because
I'll
I'm
send a message.
guessing I'm happy to support Nate
Yeah, go ahead.
and Bear and maybe get access to the manager myself as well. I think that'd be really helpful if I could. Um, but yeah, happy to support the team on this one.
Yeah. I can see if I can add you to the manager. I have to. You have to. Right now, it's not possible in the interface. You have to interact with the contract. It doesn't seem to be too hard. I just have to check the contract. Um, but yeah, pretty much. I'll send the message. I'll follow up with Meg now, but I need someone to sort of take a look at her response while I'm flying and take
Okay.
any action.
Yeah, and is that in Telegram?
Yeah, on our Telegram group on the TC Gitcoin
Okay,
group.
great.
Cool. So that's that. And then the last part, I guess, is with Efra. I'll give a bit of context of my conversation with Efra with Bear yesterday, and then just let Efra introduce himself and see any other comments before I hop off. Um, but pretty much, I am like, I'll stress again that I'm really worried about the execution of communications. We Communications hasn't been our how do you say it? Like, it's we are not the best at communications, and now that we have 30K at our name from other projects, I think we need to make something about it, because then also, at least say for Ocean, um for us to ask Ocean again to do the work, we've been a bit unorganized, in between Gideon being out of office and us not having like, and Gitcoin being always very late with dates, and us not having everything prepared that they needed. or that they expected. Um, so bottom line, I just want to make sure that we do the best possible. And so I thought of bringing Efra. He was an early contributor to the TC in the comms days, and he works at social media stuff. So I thought that at least just having him 1 or 2 weeks at the very least would be great to sort of help us sync and support Joseph, Nate, and Gideon when he comes back. Um, yeah, I'll I'll open the floor. I don't know if you want to say anything, Efra, or if people have any questions. I sort of apologize for like we usually make all these decisions very openly, but I don't think we have the time. Um, yeah.
Hi, Efra.
Hey,
Hi,
Efra.
hi. Good morning, guys. As you may know, I'm not totally new to the TEC. I've been around back in the days when the Twitter planning team was still, I think you're right. I've been collabing with writing tweets and doing campaigns like the mental health and the TEC Stars campaign back in the day. The TEC. So yeah, Isaac reached out to me to help with running the social media, at least during this round of grants, at least for this week or maybe 1 week or 2 weeks. The plan is to maybe follow the round marketing playbook and improve it. I've been thinking about maybe about writing 3 Twitter threads a week and setting up a couple Twitter Spaces for the grantees. And basically, the idea is to follow the raw marketing playbook as tight as possible. And if we can find any area of improvement um to really focus on what we want to get, I understand the focus right now is to get as many quality projects in the grants, in the round grants. So we've been thinking about some communication stuff to achieve that. And yeah, I'm happy to help. I'm happy to be here. And you can ask me anything. I've been working on communications this last year on a couple of projects such as Llama and 2 Plus. And yeah, I'm just happy to be here. And that's it.
I guess important to mention he was also the one who made the branding for this round. So yeah, also in any other design support uh may be good. Now, like I think having everything integrated, like we can have some threads with on branded banners and some additional stuff.
Yeah.
Um, but I do have to hop off now. Um, if you have like, I may even join from my phone or something in uh while going to the airport and stuff like that. But if anything, just ping me. I'll be available for a few more hours before I get into the plane. Probably 1 or 2 hours more.
Cool. Thanks, Inti. Efra, welcome. It's nice to see you here tonight, actually. I think it's interesting to have somebody run this playbook, somebody who's not familiar with it, and see what's clear and what's not clear, and improve it. I think the most important thing, and this is like what I'm having a hard time grabbing onto right now, is like who is doing what by when, like in order to feel more secure around what we're doing with comms. So I think it feels like we've identified that there is an issue, but not who is doing what by when in order to solve the issue that we have. And I guess, Efra, that's sort of landing on you
Yeah.
to maybe go through the playbook and start drafting the comms around these different pieces in here and the communication.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, part of the job is just following the playbook and maybe just find ways to improve it because like Isaac said, maybe the TEC communications teams right now haven't been just as consistent as he would like to be, or um that's what the playbook is for, right? Is to achieve some consistency, but yeah, we have to follow it. And I've been I've been thinking about some stretch ideas actually, and I want to do some designs too, just to make it pop a bit more. And but yeah, that's the idea. That's the idea. I'd be happy to help the communications team with anything they need.
So I'm looking at the marketing playbook right now.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe I'll share my screen on this too. And a lot of it is coordination work. Is that something you feel comfortable doing?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I've been in the
Cool.
Twitter planning theme before in the TC, and I just think I just gotta get some time with the comms team and talk with them. But yeah,
But
I'm
yeah, and
down.
that's maybe what I'm worried about. There kind of doesn't seem to be a comms team right now. And I know this, Gideon is coming
Yeah,
back, I think,
yeah.
at the end of
I
this
can.
week. But
There is
yeah.
some context on that too.
Okay.
Yeah, Griff did get super amped up maybe about 6 weeks ago or so to bootstrap the tech comms team again, and we got a weekly calendar block. And then suddenly Griff realized he is so absolutely over his head swamped across so many projects. And he took on more. He had a lot of ambitious plans to really bootstrap tech comms. And then a few weeks in, he realized, like, oh my god, I'm so overcommitted, and I haven't been able to actually do what I wanted to do with tech comms. So it's perfect timing that you're jumping in here now because he has bootstrapped that weekly work block, which is that is comms weekly Mondays. Yeah, Mondays in the afternoon. I'm in PST here, 1 p.m. for me. And it's generally, I think the format of that call is like meant 30 to 40 minutes, comms strategy, going over tasks, agendas, what needs to be done for the week, distributing tasks, and then trying to have time for a 20 to 30-minute meme party where we have like a list of 5 to 10 items that are kind of hot with the TEC, and then everyone just tries to make as many memes as possible. That's my rough understanding. Of course, Isaac and Griff are more adjacent to that, and Bear and Nate and Jay Henny Art have also all been across the communications team. So that's just my little piece. I have one other little note to share that is kind of from a few notes back on our agenda, but it is related to this as well. So I just want to get it out there now to close it, which is I'm in this Telegram chat with Gitcoin/TEC, and I'm just wondering if Bear and or Nate, if you guys are in this chat. If not, maybe I can add you. Um, I don't know if any of us fully understand what Isaac needs help with the migration, but I'm sure between the three of us we can figure that out. But I know that you guys have access to the platform, the Gitcoin platform, and then I'm in this chat, which I'm not sure if you're in, so I can add you in here, and we can also connect and coordinate to help Isaac with that issue.
Can
Yeah,
I just
so
jump in? Sorry. Can I just jump in? It sounds to me like grants, the round opens in a week, and I think the focus is, the next comms meeting is Monday, the day that grants open. So I think what I understood is like we need to do something immediately in order to start executing against a plan. And I mean, if that's you that could start jumping in today and doing that, that's great. But if this is more tangential to the regular comms meeting, it's more like, hey, we need help now. Like this has to happen. It's on fire. We're not
It's
doing
on fire.
comms, and our grant opens in a week.
Yeah, I agree with Tom. What I wanted to say, first, just following up real quick on that way. Yes, I am on the group chat, and I've been following up that conversation Isaac has been having with the GitCon people. So yeah, I guess we'll just be waiting for I forgot her name, but her response. And depending on that, I guess we respond. Yeah, I'm also not entirely sure how to deal with that, as Isaac has been doing it. But yes, I'm there, and I'll be on the loop and following up on that for sure. Um, Now going back to this comms issue, yes, I'm also a little bit too worried because I do feel we are really behind. I think if you go through the marketing run book, there's a lot of work that should have started probably 3 or 4 weeks ago, and we are way behind. Like Tam is saying, like next week, um, the round is opening. We don't have many projects applying yet. We have the sponsors that adds like an extra pressure, and also I think we lack a bit of coordination in regards with. I think we knew that Griff was not going to be able to take on this comms job specifically for the grand round. So yes, I think we should have prepared uh, with more time, knowing that, right, and knowing that Gideon was probably not going to be here for the for the beginning of the round. But I think we are just trying to solve things now, and with Efra being here, I think he can definitely help us out a lot. Especially because most of the planning is already there with the marketing run book. I think it's just about following it, and like Tam said, um, looking at the task, what needs to get done, who's going to do it, and when it's going to get done. So what I'd suggest is that just because the comms call happened yesterday, I think we should use the rest of the hour to plan on that, to coordinate on that, to make sure that we're all on the same page, that Efra feels supported, and that we all know what we're doing. I think there's also this other important item that we need to bring to the table, that it's events, Nate, the coordination on any Twitter spaces related with the grants round, as well as the other ones, like the TSPG, that they are also mentioned as part of the packages we're offering to sponsors. So there's also a component there to coordinate on that. We can also, I think, talk about it right now, as well as on these other spaces like the collaboration with Gitcoin and Ocean. I think these are all things that are important to talk about and make sure we're all clear. Yeah, I don't know. I'd suggest that maybe as a starting point, we go through the marketing run book and just see what's missing, what has been done, and go from there. But yeah, Nate, I don't know. You want to say something?
Yeah. In terms of the communications, I think we have two priorities starting now, and that is getting grant applicants into our round, making sure that we are promoting that within all our socials and reaching out to projects that are good TE projects that can apply to this round. I think it's really important, especially since we have all this new matching funds. The second part is the events that we have going on. uh, we started off, we wanted to have just kind of a small chat with Ocean and Gitcoin, and then we added Arbitrum. Those have been scheduled. I'm just waiting for confirmation from Trent and from Joe on representatives from Arbitrum and Ocean to be a part of that. And so that's going to be on Monday, the 13th, right before the round starts at 11 a.m. for that X space. And then the two shield spaces are going to be the Fridays following. I believe it's the 17th and the 24th. And those will be for the projects that are applicants that are in the round to actually come onto the TEC platform to actually share their projects with the broader token engineering community. But I do think that the two things that we need to prioritize right now are the applicants reaching out to projects, and also making sure that we're fulfilling our Ocean commitment and their sponsorship. What did we explicitly say that we were going to do in terms of sharing their exposure and making sure that they're getting all of the things that they were promised? And so I think those are the first two priorities that we have to accomplish, like right now and this week. And then we can start to talk a little bit more about the the series and the community call as well. That's just my thoughts on it.
I go back to who is doing what when.
Yeah, so I think it would be great, Sam. Maybe if you could maybe share a screen on this copy that you just made about the run book. We just go over it and see what's missing and who can do it. I would assume that Efra can probably take most of it, and maybe as it is a copy, we can just tag him there or something like that. Create a task.
From what I understand, the run book is pretty generic. Is that right? This is something that Gitcoin provided as part of the resources for the round.
No, this is the one that Gideon made. There is one of those. There is the Gitcoin one here. So there's the Gitcoin operator manual, the Gitcoin partner marketing run book, which Ephraim, maybe you could also take a look at. And then this is the one, the program resources. This is the one that Gideon made. I just created another one rather than editing the one that Gideon, I'd love to, if we could just, if we want to make changes to one, like let's all jump into this one. Well, yeah, where do we even start? Maybe, where do we start with this? So run on 2 weeks. So AMA meetings, fireside chat on the first day the round is open for donations, which I guess is Monday, Tuesday, right? Gitcoin round is open on the 15th. So Nate, does it seem like these two things, grantee AMAs and fireside chat, it doesn't have to be the first day, but seems like the kind of thing that you would take on?
Yeah, so this is where the clarification on the token engineering public goods series that I've been wanting to do, whether this was explicitly stated within our agreement with Ocean, or because I got kind of some confusing signals on we wanted to have kind of this big kind of fireside chat with both Ocean and Arbitrum and Gitcoin and everybody involved to kick it off. And is that a separate separate thing than the series? And so that's what I was planning on, is having that completely separate, that we have this kickoff round where we have a space that just kind of introduces the token engineering round. We discuss token engineering public goods, what excites them about it, what they're most excited to fund, etc. And just kind of giving Ocean and Arbitrum the exposure that they deserve for matching, contributing to the matching pool. Which I plan on having on the 13th, which I guess is 2 days before opening. However, we can continue to share that on our socials. And then the shill spaces or the AMAs were going to be the Fridays. We have,
So November 13th. I mean, feel free to jump in this document as well. So November 3rd, okay, that's right. So it opens November 15th, right?
Yeah.
No, so is this planned already? Ocean, like representatives from Ocean and Arbitrum are doing.
Monday is planned, and yes.
Oh, great.
Waiting for confirmation from.
Just a small note on permissioning. I don't think I can edit this particular Notion document.
Oh no, I don't know how.
I mean, we don't really need. I mean, you and Nate are in there. That's a good start.
Nate, are you in here? Are you in it too? I was hoping we could make something.
Oh, I thought Nate was in there.
So that we could all work together on it.
You could make this particular page public right now, and then.
Okay, let me do that. Share. You have full access.
Everyone at Grants program.
Everyone at grants program, everyone at Token
Maybe
engineering.
Bear, am I in that everyone at grants program? I don't know. Bear, are you able to check that in parallel here?
How about this one? Oh no, that makes it more restrictive.
Yeah, I'm also trying because I'm on my phone because I'm using the computer to record the code, so it's also a bit complicated.
Mm-hmm.
But just give me a sec.
Sean, are you Sean?
Yes. You found me? You're gonna add me
I can.
directly? Is that what you're doing?
I want to.
Um, um,
I want to. It says you can comment. You're a guest. Yikes. Should I move it to a Google Doc? Like,
no. I can write notes. Well, yeah, it'd be really nice if I could.
yeah, I know. I'll just
Oh
publish it
wait.
and
So
then
if you publish it, then we can. I'll edit it and then
try.
just change it after the call. Change it back after the call. I should be able
Yeah.
to do it now. Let's see. Let
Okay.
me I'm
Try.
gonna refresh. Refreshing.
Okay, I just
Thanks,
sent you
guys.
an invite, John. You should be able probably to an invite to become a member. I think it's cool.
In my email
I'm not sure
probably,
Thanks,
right?
Nate.
I'm
if
gonna
you're not
stop
gonna.
streaming for a second.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you're gonna get an email or if you're gonna get like a Notion notification, but you should be a member now.
Oh
Do
yeah,
that.
okay.
I
It's
mean,
probably just automatic. Okay, I can certainly edit in here now, but I've probably got both permissions and it's also a public page now. So, but thanks for that, Bear. Did you add me to that everyone at grants program, or you just made me sort of a member in the Notion workspace? Is that it?
Yeah, I think you're a Notion in the workspace now.
Oh, okay, sweet.
Okay.
That's convenient. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Okay,
yeah,
so where were we?
so we're here. This is good. So it looks like the grantee AMA looks like you're on top of it, Nate. Amazing. And the fireside chat, amazing.
Sorry, just
When-
on that, another quick comment, Nate. I would assume that we would need some promotion material before those dates. So if
oh, yeah.
it's the first one on Monday, I would assume that we need something for this week.
Yes, that is correct. And so having a graphic done and as well as we need to schedule the space on Twitter. If we can schedule all three of
Oh.
these spaces, that would be really great. But yeah, this is something that do we have a copy of the agreement for what our expectations are for Ocean?
Yes.
Yes, I
Yes.
do.
Any of okay.
This is it.
I just
It's
want
the
to make sure that
platinum.
we have.
This is it. I'm going to drop it in here now in our team chat. This is exactly what's in the contract. Yeah, so optional, so featured in Token Engineering as a public good event series is part of the Platinum sponsorship project, assuming Arbitrum should have the same as this.
I actually asked Isaac about that yesterday. Um, he told me that the deal with Arbitrum it's a little bit different. That they are not expecting anything in exchange, like from us, like any of these packages. But at the same time, we both agree that it'd probably be best to treat them the best we can, right? To probably give them the same treat as Ocean, right? But this is more of a decision we should probably make rather than they expecting something. So yeah, I just put it there on the table.
Cool. So does this mean, Ephra, are you jumping into the fire? Are you like jumping right in? Are you going to start writing the promotion tweets for the AMA on November 13th?
Yeah, I can take care of the graphics and scheduling the events, making
Okay.
sure everything's right.
And how do you feel about writing the copy for it as well?
Yeah, for sure too.
Okay. And maybe you can share it. Who do you share with? What's the best way to do this, Bear? Do you have an idea,
Mm,
or Nate? Do you have an idea for how we should? Only because Ephra, it would be great if one or two people from the coordination team or TCAN could put their eyes on it before we make it public, just to make sure that it's
yeah,
the right,
yeah.
that it's aligned messaging.
Yeah, if we can publish something Wednesday and Friday, and then re-promote it on Monday before the space, that would be really great, for the kickoff at least. And yeah, do we have a central place where we can actually share this stuff? Do you have access to our this Notion?
I don't think so. I don't think
Yeah,
so.
so we can probably add you to the Notion, Efra. But also, I think that maybe it's just easier. Maybe just create a group chat, and you just send there the tweets that you come up with. We can review them, and then we can schedule them.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'll still add you to the Notion base. And I also wanted to ask you: do you have access to Twitter yet? Probably not, right?
No, no, no.
Okay, yeah, that also probably be important. Uh, do you have access, Nate?
Who
Yes, I
joins
do have
the
access now.
who joins in this from this call? Who joins the comms team call?
I think we all do. Usually
Okay,
Nate
cool.
and Sean and Joseph too. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Okay, so there's that, right? So I think we're good on these events and some promotion for those. It'll probably be a good idea also for you, Nate and Efra, to coordinate on the details of this. I don't know if there's gonna be like any specific topic for these spaces, Nate, but I guess you can chat with Efra about it.
Sure, that sounds good.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if it makes sense at this time, but maybe somebody from the comms working group or the coordination team could still sort of be in charge of like pushing the button to Twitter. And that way Ephra can sort of come on board and go through sort of like, have it be checked and like the last person who sees it is sending it. I don't know if that makes, I feel like it makes a little more sense to continue to sort of keep the access management the way it is. But, if you guys feel very strongly different, then that's okay too.
No, I actually think that's a good idea. Yeah, that's why I was also asking Nate if he had access. Yeah, if you feel comfortable with that, Nate, what do you think about Efra crafting the tweets and you just scheduling them on Twitter?
Yeah, we can do that.
Awesome.
Is there a comms team DM group now? Like, can Ephra share his drafts there now? And then Nate, like somebody says approve, and then Nate schedules it or something like this, some kind of basic, simple workflow?
Yeah, no, there's no like Griff used to share like his kind of like workflow on the comms channel, but we can probably create a DM group. I can create it and I'll add all of us.
Okay, so it sounds like Ephra, you'll draft comms, send it to the comms team DM group, and Nate or YGG or myself or somebody will be like, yeah, that looks good, or maybe messaging is different, or revise it, and then Nate will schedule them on Twitter. So just to get this first AMA one done, so when do you think you could share the first draft of it?
Um, if I remember correctly, Bear said he wants like a tweet for Wednesday and Friday, right?
So one for Wednesday and one for Friday.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I think let me see.
So today's Tuesday.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe today. Maybe before the day
Cool.
ends here in my time zone. Right now I'm at 1 p.m. So yeah, maybe
Oh,
before
awesome.
the day ends. Um, So yeah, I don't know if you want me to
Cool.
share on Google Docs or typefully. I don't know what is more convenient for you guys.
So the thing I like about Google Docs is that you can make edits directly to it, like suggestions, versus sending it in the team chat, which then is kind of like, oh no, I would, I would just change this one thing. It's a little cleaner to see changes in Google Docs when people are collaborating together. So maybe you could start a Google Doc, or if we have one.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
really sure what our comms flow is. And, this will probably all change when Gideon comes back on Friday or Monday. But maybe just for this week, just to get out these initial comms,
yeah. I
that's
think
cool.
I think Google Docs is a good starting point just to keep it simple. Yes.
Okay, and then maybe you could get started on the second one, which would be the November 17th grantee AMA. The
Okay.
same thing, 2 promotion tweets.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so I feel like at least until comms reconvenes next Monday, are there any other needs that EFRA should be working on this week?
I think it's probably a good idea to just take a look at the playbook to see if there's any other kind of like. I remember there Gideon had some examples about tweets or threads to post, so maybe there's something there that we could still include.
So set grantee early consideration deadline. Okay, we did that. Email likely grantees.
Isaac did
This
that.
really.
He told me he did that.
Oh, cool. Maybe I better check. Get mentioned in TEA newsletter. Did we do that?
Not that I know. No.
So would somebody like to reach out? Anybody want to volunteer to reach out on this?
Do you think?
believe
Do you
the
guys
TEA
think?
newsletter already went out with Caitlin.
Yeah, exactly. To be on time for that, probably not.
Anyone want to just say, hey, we'd love to include something about it in a newsletter. When's your next one? Something like that. And like, I guess what I'm just is like, whether it gets in the newsletter or not, it's more about reaching out to TEA and saying, we have this thing, we'd love to let the token engineering projects know.
I believe their newsletter already went out. And
Do we know when the next one is?
they do it monthly, so it'll be next month. It'll be past the.
That's why it says 3 weeks in advance. Okay. All right. Maybe I'll make a note on my list to just mention to Angela how we can promote this in the Token Engineering Academy. Grant, so maybe we think it's too late. Too late. All right, so that's for Tamara to do. Grant AMA advance notice thread. And then there's a nice example thread here. Let's open that. That's super simple.
So these are the things that I think EFRA, if you want to take a look at especially on the graphic side of things, could be created for, done this week and created in preparation for the spaces that are upcoming.
So this qualification round, this would need to go out like ASAP. in fact, we should probably just reuse a bunch of this because we want, I think Monday's kind of, I guess up to Wednesday's the last day projects can. Here, Ephra, I'm not sure if you have these, but I'm going to drop them here. I think this second one is really important for us to get out this week. Do you think you can take this and, I mean, we could probably just repurpose the whole thing. I just have to check the links, see, make sure the links are correct and make sure that this is still the right message. Wondering if you put, yeah. Yeah, change the copy to have the correct Gitcoin grant round. This looks good.
Okay, yeah, that's like a thread explaining the grantees to know if their project fits in the token engineering, I guess. Um, yeah, I feel this should go out before um the submissions begins, right? So it should be before maybe this 10 this Friday, yeah, maybe this Friday or this Saturday.
So the problem is that submissions are open now. They're already open.
Okay, okay,
So this should go, I mean, this should have gone last week.
okay.
How can you submit? Is that right? Is there a place to submit? No, that doesn't seem like that. Wondering if your project qualifies as a token engineering project.
Yep.
I mean, somewhere in here, we should put the link so people can sign up. Maybe it's here. Maybe in this application guide is where it was. But the point of this is to be like, hey, do you qualify for this round? So it's different than the promotion for the AIM. It's different than the promotion for that. It is clarifying round clarification. So do you think you could also do this one today?
So when this thread will go out, this one, the clarifying round.
I mean, it could go out today, to be honest, if it was done. It's as soon as possible.
I don't
Yeah,
know
and-
if
and
I don't know
instead of
if I
having-
can have like the tree ready for today.
Mhm.
Maybe two. I mean I can promise three because I have some work to do today. So yeah, I will focus mainly on two for today. Yeah, if I'm talking about my workload, I can probably make 2 threads a day easily. 2 threads a day. So yeah, if we have to,
we can literally take that thread right there.
I know.
And,
Yeah.
and repurpose
And just
it.
change the copy.
I was also
Exactly.
instead of having kind of a formal application form or inquiry form, we can just if we can just add a channel under the TE grants here in Discord for kind of feedback. We have info and support right now, but just having an active feedback channel and have people monitor that throughout this week to actually just give feedback to projects, and so we can just direct them to our Discord and just say, hey, if you're having questions about whether you qualify or not, to reach out into this channel, and just manage it from there. I don't know how people feel about that, but I think it would be easier than having somebody manage that kind of formal document that goes through whether you qualify or not.
Is there
I think
somebody who wants to be the person who creates that channel and then monitors that channel?
I think the channel already existed. I remember there was a feedback one, but I think probably Isaac deleted it and just kept the support one. I guess we could use that one and just link to the support channel.
That's
Isaac
perfect.
usually monitors it, so it should be fine, I think.
I mean, it could just say both, if you want to just check, yeah,
Well, yeah, I just wanted to say I support what Nate said. I think between a thread like this that gives all the information, plus a support channel in Discord, that's covering support quite well for people wondering if they qualify.
Yeah, so this is the, oh, it's right here. Is this what you're talking about, Nate? So if you can't find what you're looking for in this portal, leave us a note at support on our Discord.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Yeah, no, this looks great. It even looks like it's updated. So the thread actually links to a page, that grantee application guide. And then at the end of that, this round will run on Arbitrum. Yeah, this is totally updated. This is great. So does anyone, I know Ephra, if you can't do it today, it's no problem. The changes to this are super minor, and I'm not sure you would actually have the context anyway, you know, for like changing the Gitcoin grant round and that kind of stuff. But I think we can use this verbatim, except for that, just that. And then ready to apply, maybe that needs to be changed. Nate, do you want to just run this as it is? Just double check that we have the right links. This one looks like the right one too. Oh, amazing, great. Nate, do you want to just run this one again?
Yeah, I just want to say Isaac's been crushing the back end on this. Like he has got all
Yes.
these portals and everything up to date, and he's been very detail oriented on making sure everything's shipped nicely for the next round. So back end stuff is on point. And yeah,
I think all we change is this. I don't know if you guys can see my screen. You see where it says hashtag GG18? I think that's the only thing we're changing. And
Yeah,
I don't know if you
that can
guys
work.
let the, yes, let's get it out today. And yeah, great. Nate, run. Nate.
And
Okay.
these links that you put in the chat link to that thread.
yeah, I think so. Yeah, the top link there.
So the answer is yes. Also, it's in here, clarifying round qualifications thread. You see where it says the example thread? It's
Oh,
that one.
nice.
If you ever, but I'm going to put your Nate here. I'm going to see if I can tag you, Nate. Nate. Whoops. Okay, good. We are at the top of the hour, but I know we're not done yet. Applications are open thread. Okay, I have a feeling a bunch. So this is the teaser thread. This is probably reusable too. I think most of these can just be reused. No, well, not that one. That one didn't come up. Okay, okay, so Tamara's reaching out to Angela. Applications are open. That looks like we would want to post it end of this week, early next week. No, that's next Wednesday. Lockdown fast pitch round dates and participation. This should happen by Friday, I think is when we're doing early admissions. All right, there's a lot of stuff to do here. Efrat, do you feel, are you still on the call? Yeah. Do you feel like you would be able to go through and coordinate this work kind of the way I just did this last half session?
Yeah, I'm also down to keep the conversation, even though it's the top of the hour. I'm down to keep the conversation in the group chat and keep coordinating through the day. So yeah, I think we're good. We are on a good path. And for example, the applications are open thread. I can do that. I can also make a graphic for it. Um, yeah, it's only we just gotta go tweet by tweet, see what we gotta update, what we don't gotta update, and just go for it.
Okay, so Efrat, you'll be working on the 2 promotion tweets today.
Right?
Nate, you're running this promotion tweet. We didn't really talk about support for outreach. Maybe this is Tam. We'll reach out to Angela. Did we already reach out to Angela about this? I'm sure Isaac probably did. But I guess it can't hurt to reach out twice. And then I'm assuming everyone is already messaging everyone that they know that might qualify as a token engineering project. Any other support we can do for outreach, getting really good projects submitted?
Yeah, I'm also trying to reach out to the people I know. That is not many, and I had this other idea like a couple of days ago that, but we're probably also a bit too late for that. It was that besides hosting spaces, maybe we could have uh, someone here, joining spaces from other communities and promote there, like the round, and invite projects to do that. But I'd assume that that requires probably a lot of coordination. But it might be a good idea for future rounds to be us invited to other spaces and promote the round there.
Ah, I see. Like where?
Yeah, that's the thing. I have no idea, but I
I
see a
mean,
lot of spaces happening constantly, right? So I'm pretty sure that we could find something. But yeah,
there's yeah, I mean, as somebody who's participating in reviewing projects or voting for projects in optimism retroactive public goods funding, I feel like there's a lot of projects in there that's not on my radar that I don't know, and it might be interesting if we could reach out to those projects too. I wouldn't love to take this on all myself, but if I could get some project Twitter handles and something like that, and we could divvy up some of this work, I could sort of take on collating some of these projects if I could have some help then reaching out to them.
yeah, sounds good. So how do you think on doing that? Just like coming up with a list of projects?
I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure yet, but I could probably come up with a list of 20 projects that could be interested in token engineering.
Sweet.
That could be, yeah, you know, like there's 600 of them. I need to spend some time going through them.
There's
just
yeah, I love that, Tam. And something we can do is look at the list from grants round 1 and 2 and all of the projects that applied there and the outcomes. You can get to those forum posts directly.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, so we can reach out to them. I have been doing DMs, so just people I think of who are involved in those projects or other projects, or people I know who can apply on the behalf of TE projects. So I've probably got 5 or 6 DM threads open now. That's kind of the approach I've been taking. Just reminding people out there who are in the space, just a little reminder, hey, TE grants round is open and there's 50K matching.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the kind of project, that's the kind of message I'm sharing too. We're probably hitting the same people. Here, this is the one. This is my message. I'll just drop it in the chat now. This is what I've been saying.
Nice.
I don't know if you guys want to use that too, but that's like, hey, you know everyone, can you blah blah blah. That's my copy and paste.
That's
Okay, so
great.
we're not totally coordinated here. I know this is not super smooth. I do have to leave, unfortunately, at the top of the hour. I feel like we have some small action items that we could sort of finish through the rest of this week, at least.
I wanted to say one thing on the comms. Like, I'm excited to be a retweeter, and just all
Awesome.
everyone on the team here who's managing those tweets. Feel free to add in like a couple spicy ones in between the scheduled programming. If it's in alignment with our broadcasting, and I'm excited to really engage and get like some conversations going on the threads, things like that.
Okay, I don't know if
Also,
anyone else can stay. I do need to hop though, unfortunately. I'm late
Thanks,
for
Tamara.
something already.
thank you, Tom. Thank you for guiding this.
No problem. I want us to have a really successful round. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, the day after, I don't know, this week, later this week. All
See you
right.
soon.
Bye,
Have a good
everyone.
evening.
Bye.
Yeah, just the last thing that I wanted to mention is that the group chat is already created. So yeah, we can continue the conversation there and send links for if you want to create that Google Doc with the drafts that you will be creating. That will be great. And yeah, I don't know if there's anything else people would like to share before we close.
No, not really. So yeah, I'm gonna hop off right now, but yeah, I'm gonna be asking a couple questions in the group chat so I can get more in context with what you guys are doing right, so I can make a better work. And but yeah, I think we gotta keep the conversation in the group chat for now. I'll try to finish the threads and send the draft today in the Google Docs, and maybe just get it down for tomorrow.
Sounds good. Hey, Joseph, I was going to ask you, do you still have access to Twitter?
No, I'm not sure if you saw my message in the comms channel. I think it was, yeah, last week. I had to switch my phone because my phone actually cracked and broke. So now I don't have access to Twitter on my phone anymore.
Okay. Yeah, I'm still having just trying to get on. I'm still having credential issues, so I talked to Platform Man about it. So hopefully we can get that resolved. But
Yeah,
I was hoping that maybe you still
I'll,
had it.
I'll probably need to speak to Rex again to see if he can grant me access through the Dashline app, and then I can get access to Twitter from there.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Nate,
Cool.
so right now for today or tomorrow, you are saying you don't have access to Twitter?
I'm trying to find. Yeah, right now I'm currently do not have it, but let me keep working. Platform Man, I talked to him a couple days ago about it, and he's working on it. So um, if I can't get access to it today, maybe I can contact you, Bear, about getting this thread up until I do get access.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Let me know. I think I still have access. I also haven't checked. I will check and let everyone know in the group chat. Uh, I saw your ticket. I also had a lot of trouble receiving that email from Dashline when Rex gave me permissions to the Twitter. So I don't really know what's going on there. But yeah, hopefully he can sort it out. I think he just tried to send it again in my case, and then I received it. But yeah, it's a little weird.
Okay, yeah. So I'll keep you updated on that. I'm gonna try to figure that out here in the next few hours, and then yeah, and we'll go from there.
Sounds good.
So okay. Does anybody else have anything to add?
Thanks, guys. I'm gonna
Thank
jump.
you.
Yep.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Good work.